Okay, welcome to a new episode of Nate's MMA Corner. I am Nate, and if you watch my show, you're in my corner. Okay, so today's episode is a pre-fight show for UFC on Fox Sports 1, Demian Maia versus Jake Shields, welterweight clash. So, let's do a rundown of the main card. There are 6 fights on this main card. So let's get started. Let's get started with the main event. Demian Maia versus Jake Shields. Yeah, this is going to be a good fight. Out of all of the main card fights, this one and the Thiago Silva match and versus Matt Hamill match are probably the two I'm looking forward to the most. And, oh yeah, Dong Kim versus Erik Silva. Yeah, I'm also looking forward to that one a lot too. Yeah, Demian Maia versus Jake Shields. I got Demian Maia easily winning this one. I'm a big Demian Maia fan. Met him, nice guy. Jake Shields, I think, will defend the submissions. It'll be a grappling war. It's going to turn into a grappling war. Don't buy into this whole thing of, well, the grappling's going to cancel itself out and it'll turn into a stand-up war. I think Jake Shields, he's either going to try to avoid the takedowns and keep it standing and simply just get taken down, or yeah, he's just going to go for the takedown. So I mean, no matter how you look at it, it's going to turn into a grappling war. Demian Maia is going to make sure of it. He has the ability to make it happen. Demian Maia is a 4th degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Jake Shields is NCAA Division 1 wrestling. Yeah, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. So they both have fairly good grappling credentials, and I think Jake Shields will definitely believe in his grappling enough where he's like, well, I could defend submissions of Demian Maia and maybe out wrestle him and then score some points. And Demian Maia, I think he's going to be just going, well, I can submit this guy. It's not broken, don't fix it. Demian Maia's won a lot of fights by submission. So I got Demian Maia winning by unanimous decision here. I think he's going to be more technical on the ground. He's going to get the takedowns. He's going to set himself up well for the takedowns. And he's going to be in top position. He's going to be going for the submissions left and right. I could picture him going for some good chokes. I could picture him going for maybe an armbar, neck cranks, you name it, triangle chokes of all sorts. And Jake Shields, he'll just end up doing his best. He's going to be overwhelmed. I think Jake Shields is going to bite off more than he can chew in this fight. Plus, it's in Brazil. Demian Maia is going to have home field advantage. I would imagine Demian Maia is a favorite in this fight. So I got Demian Maia winning by unanimous decision. Then in the co-main event, we got Erik Silva versus Dong Kim. I'm picking Dong Kim to win this fight, probably by domination. I would imagine this one going to unanimous decision victory for Dong Kim. Erik Silva, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, young guy, fast. Dong Kim, he's fast. He's a 4th degree black belt in judo, and he's no slouch on the ground game, obviously. So Erik Silva could win by knockout, though. If Erik Silva's going to win, it'll probably be 1st or 2nd round knockout. I would have to lean towards 1st round knockout if Erik Silva's going to win. But Dong Kim, he's the real deal. He's 17-2-1 and 1 no contest. And yeah, Dong Kim's fought the tougher competition. He's been in the UFC for quite a while. He's not that old either. Neither is Erik Silva. Two young guys going at it. It's going to be explosive welterweight clash in this one. Then we have Thiago Silva versus Matt Hamill. Thiago Silva, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Matt Hamill, purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Division 3 wrestling. Matt Hamill, he's came out of retirement. He's coming off a win over Roger Hollett by unanimous decision at UFC 152. It's been a while since he fought, but I think he can pull this off. Matt Hamill will just use his heavy hands to stop the combinations of Thiago Silva, and then maybe go for some takedowns. And I can picture this going to possibly a decision. But also with this one, if Thiago Silva does win, it'll probably be by a first or second round knockout. But Matt Hamill, he can take some hits. You know, he could take some hits. He took some heavy hits from John Jones before he ended up defeating John Jones. And yeah, Thiago Silva though, he's a beast. But I think ultimately Hamill has something to prove, and he gets the victory here by probably, yeah, unanimous decision over just takedowns and stopping the combinations, setting himself up for some good shots. Then also in the light heavyweight division we have Fabio Maldonado versus Joey Beltran. I gotta go with Fabio Maldonado on this one. I think Fabio Maldonado, he's experienced, he has pretty good boxing, he didn't give up easily against Glover Teixeira. Yeah, he's coming off a win over Roger Hollett. Fabio Maldonado, he's a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Joey Beltran's a blue belt. Joey Beltran, he's he won it. He won his last fight against Igor Prokrayak by unanimous decision, but that got overturned because he failed the drug test. And Joey Beltran, he's not looking too bad in my opinion in light heavyweight. Ever since he moved down to light heavyweight, I think it was a good decision for him. He cleaned up his diet. He's overall not a bad fighter, but I think Fabio Maldonado is going to use the home field advantage, and I can picture this probably going to submission victory for Fabio Maldonado. He gets second or third round submission victory or decision victory. And then we got another welterweight bout. Rousimar Palhares versus Mike Pierce. Palhares, he's making run at welterweight right now. I mean, he tried his luck at middleweight, and he tried his luck at middleweight. He's going down to the welterweight division, seeing how he can do there. He's a submission guy. He's another black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You know what though? I gotta go with Mike Pierce. Wins this. He defends his submissions. He's NCAA Division I wrestling. Mike Pierce has good submission defense. And I can picture Pierce getting some good top positions and possibly knocking out Palhares. I mean, Palhares, he's not exactly the biggest threat on the stand-up. Mike Pierce, he's coming off a TKO round 2 victory over David Mitchell, which was pretty impressive. I remember watching that fight. And Palhares, he's coming off a knockout loss to Hector Lombard. He got knocked out in the first round in that one. I remember that one. And I feel like there's gonna be a little bit of a feeling out process, maybe some attempts on the ground on either fighter, Mike Pierce or Palhares. And then eventually Mike Pierce will just land some clean shots, and Mike Pierce will win by probably knockout or maybe decision. Unanimous decision or first or second round knockout. Then in the bantamweight division we have Raphael versus TJ Dillashaw. Yeah, Raphael, he's black belt in BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and TJ Dillashaw, Division I NCAA wrestling. And TJ Dillashaw, he's 8-1 overall record. He's coming off a TKO win in round 1 over Hugo Vienna. Yeah, that was really impressive. I think that TJ Dillashaw, training at a Team Alpha Mill, he's really improved his stand-up, and he has the heavy hands, heavy boxing hands for MMA, and his wrestling is going to be top-notch. and his submission defense is fairly good too. So I could picture TJ winning by knockout or decision on this one. First or second round knockout or decision unanimous for TJ Dillashaw. Yeah, this fight, this whole fight card is going to be a mixed bag of decision wins and finishes. I think I would imagine at least half of it goes the distance, another half second or third round knockouts. So it's going to be overall pretty fun, I would imagine, especially it being on Fox Sports 1. So yeah, this fight card's October 9th. Check it out, and then check out my post-fight show in the next day or so after the fight. So yeah, that wraps up the pre-fight show, and stay tuned for the post-fight show. And until then, see ya.